In times of trouble, ladies and gentlemen, you can always find me in the desolate lighthouse. How's everyone doing today? My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments today. The patron over here, Richard, also known as the Magic to Millions guy on YouTube, who just is burning all his money and giving it to Papa Hasbro's and Giant Ivory Towers, wants to go back to the original OG Modern Horizons 1. The set that started it all. The most beautiful packaging. The gorgeous young lady here. Absolutely gorgeous hair, gorgeous coloring, gorgeous packaging. And quite frankly, one of the most popular, successful sets in modern history. And this set had reprinted and reprinted. This set was reprinted to oblivion, and everybody thought nothing would ever come out of it. And even with all the single cards being reprinted over and over again, the crazy thing about it is these box prices are still $250 to $300 a box just to buy a sealed one on the open market. These are not cheap boxes at all. And this is a really ooh, pack 1, Nurturing, the old land cycle. And by the way, the uncommons in this, slivers, very good uncommons and everything. So one of the best modern printed. The card quality was incredibly vibrant, good scent. I mean, I remember seeing almost, like, we did so many box openings of this product. And, oh, nice little, actually some of these foil tokens were kind of a big thing. And don't underestimate the value of the snow-covered lands too. Hall of Heliod, regrowth, and it's just this product was printed good. There was never any card quality issues. It was received well. The market loved it. And yeah, it was a premium product at the time. It was considered an expensive product. In today's standards, ooh, look at that. Beautiful foil ultra coming in hot there. And we got some nice charms. These talismans, some of those are pretty good financial value too. A couple bucks, man. I remember selling, not me. I was, who was that? One of the stores that I didn't do a mass box opening on this set. So, I was talking to somebody who did do a mass box opening. Hey, Morpheus, coming in hot from the Matrix. Mythic number 1. I remember some individuals who did mass box openings on this set, and they were telling me about how these talismans and how many of these things they used to sell. They would sell play sets for like $5, and they had a ton of value. And then, of course, the tokens, the art cards, the snow-covered lands, the old Gaia there, and, of course, the actual value in the set was very strong. A lot of people feel that if Wizards didn't push the envelope, that actually Modern Horizons 1 was the sweet spot. It was a premium product, and it wasn't extremely overpriced. Had a lot of unique cards, a lot of new cards to the card pool, but it wasn't overdone. And that was kind of what people thought was a good balance. Like the pricing of these boxes wholesale would be like $160 to $170. Actually, at the beginning, I think it would be $170s. And then, of course, as time went on, there were some sales from distributors and everything. And this was years ago. And Ice Fang. And then eventually, nobody wanted them. And these things started collapsing to like $160, $170 because Wizards reprinted this. This thing got reprinted, folks, like probably 3-4 times. But the market just loved the product. Battle Screech, hey, and Link, nice little Rising Morphling, generous gift, one of the most popular uncommons in the set once again. But that's what happens when you have a really good product that the market can take a second wave and it's all about it. Force. Some products, the market can handle it with no issues. Other products, the market just falls apart completely. And it's up to the people at the top to be able to determine where that sweet spot is. It's up to these type of people who are making the big bucks at the top of the Hasbro food chain to determine, what's overdoing it and what's not, Another generous gift. Very nice uncommons, by the way. But that's, that sometimes I feel like they don't care. Or they just say, hey, we need more money. Nice little scroll token. Some of those foil tokens were a thing for a while, by the way, folks. Construct. I don't know if they still are anymore. This brings me to a bigger conversation, everybody. People always talk about, the most common question that people send me on Patreon, I see online, on private, Backpage Silk Road websites, on MySpace with Tom. People always say, Rudy, how can a box go up? Hey, a little sun-baked pizza, our second nice little land. Remember, the land cycle was not cheap in this set. How can the boxes go up if every card in the set is endlessly being reprinted in Modern Horizons 2, 3, 4, 5, Modern Horizon 69, Force of Negation, one of the best rares in modern times. People just say, how can it be reprinted? And, you know, if they reprint it over and over, how can these boxes be worth anything when the card's in the box? Ooh, Windows Vista. I forgot about you. Back to back, Force and Negation with a Windows Vista. Dude, this is a really solid box, man. If we get some more good mythics, this is going to be a home run box. And I say it over and over, and I'll say it again like a broken record. The single cards in the box do not need to appreciate in value for the sealed box to go up and become more scarce long term. We've talked about this endlessly for 7 years on this channel. Hey, partying with the dead guy at the table. You know, I've been saying it, and I'll say it again. The single cards can be reprinted in Modern Horizons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over the next 20 years. And it's not going to make, yeah, sure, it'll impact people who want to crack the boxes and maybe how fast the box goes up in value. But the value of a sealed product, the number one variable is the supply, okay? The number one variable is not whether or not the cards in the box go up. But I will say with a caveat, with a big giant but, giggity, I will say, if the cards in the box for some reason go up so much, it can accelerate the value of the sealed box and make it appreciate at a faster rate of speed. The velocity of change, the rate of change can increase. Does that make sense, folks? Bizarre. Wow, we're getting a dry spell here. Last few packs here. Dude, Richard, old Magic to Millions, man. These last few packs, man, we did really good there, but then we got cocky with Windows Vista and that Force of Negation. Sissy! I love that card. But no, it's so serious. Boy, we're having a dry spell here. Where's some good mythics, man? Give me some killer mythics. Really, we got most of the good rares. Give us some good mythics, man. But that's an important thing. Collector, never gets old. Pillage, great uncommon. Tribe, great uncommon. Battle Screech, yeah. So anyways, I just, you know, that's the thing that I think is a very confusing factor to a lot of newer people to the CCG world. The old Giver of Runes there. Is, yes, you know, the single cards can impact it and kind of help push in a certain direction. But the quantity of sealed boxes is the number one important factor for the value of a sealed product. Echo of Eons, the old EOE there for another little mythic. Not the best one we wanted, but... So that's the thing, is, you know, you can have a product. Like, we look at some old Magic products, okay? And Goblin Engineer, that's a double tap. We've already seen that one in this video. We've seen, there's a lot of old boxes, especially in the Magic is Dead era of 2001 through like 2004-ish. There's a lot of, is this guy still like banned and we're not allowed to say his name? Whatever happened to this? Did they ever unban this? Did they change it? Whatever happened to that? I don't know, whatever. That was a big thing for like a hot minute, and then everybody freaked out and it was broken, all this crap. Anyway, somebody comment below. Whatever happened to that whole story with that card? But anyways, Altar of Dementia. Wow, that's our second one. That's, okay, 2 of those. That was the really expensive card in this box. I don't know if it still is. There was a point in time when it was. And Foil Sliver and a nice little Fury Pizza Store. Okay, our third specialty land in the box, which again, unlike Baldur's Gate, you know, the average Modern Horizons box, you would get 1 to 4 specialty lands. Just like Modern Horizons 2 with the fetch lands, you would get between 1 and 3, 1 to 4 of the fetch lands. But for some reason, Baldur's Gate decided to make it as worse and as dangerous as possible. Force of the V. Again, this was becoming expensive. I don't know if it still is, or if it's come back down, or if it's got reprinted and the Secret Lair Mystery Slot, Magic 30 on MySpace. I'm not really sure, something like that. Collective. And we are approaching, this is about it for box 1. Good box, weak mythics though. Honestly, Richard, we had good rares though. We had a lot of the good rares, plain bound. Man, I mean, Windows Vista, the Force of Negations, what, 3 of the rare land cycles, Force of Vigor. We had a lot of good rares, but golly, one more mythic in the close? Hey, one more mythic in the close. A good old Hex Drinker. That is how I look after Taco Bell on a Friday night, folks. So not bad. Kind of still a weaker lineup for the mythics. I would have liked to have a little bit of a better, kind of a stronger, you know, lineup for mythics there to really help the value spike. But, you know, hey, we got good rares. We can't be too greedy, I guess. Let's move that over here. All right, these things, look at this nice pack. They don't even make the boxes like this anymore. Like, when's the last time you even saw fancy stuff like this? They don't even do that. You know, it's kind of crazy, but, you know, whatever. Oops, upside down row. Drives me crazy. All right, but anyway, so box 2 here. But that's just kind of my attitude on this stuff, because there's a lot of conversation around these Modern Horizon products. And hey, Fallen Shapoopy. Okay, you weren't in box 1. And the answer to everyone's kind of, curiosities is, well, Modern Horizons 1 was printed very heavily. This was not a scarce product, folks. A lot of people dumped their products in Modern Horizons 1 and gave up on this a long time ago because they felt there's no way in God's green earth it's ever going to go up in value. And the product did. And then, hey, Silent Clearing. Here's our first rare land for box 2. And then a lot of people said, oh, here comes Modern Horizons 2. It's a better set, fetch lands. They reprinted the good cards from Modern Horizons 1, Force and Negation. Holy crap, Richard. 2 Forces and Negations in 2 boxes. Holy smokes, can't complain about that. And of course, I'm going to be honest with you all, it is kind of nice that you notice common, uncommons, rares, art cards, and lands. There are no variants. There's not 14 versions of cards. Modern Horizons 1 is kind of considered an OG kind of thing. And the Mox Tanolite. Mythic number 1 with Mr. Mox coming in early. Okay. But that's, things change and evolve. And Wizards tries all these different things for better or worse, Mariner. And, it's kind of up to the markets and the feedback of everything for Wizards to determine whether they should keep doing something or not. And I don't know if they're going to continue. Collector Hoof! I don't know if Wizards is going to endlessly make all these variants, or we are going to see a tightening of versions. There's no way to know at this point in time. It's way too early, everybody. And Sisay. A double tap on Miss Sisay. That's a good weekend. Am I right? Giggity? No, too soon. But that's, that's where it is. That's where we're at, folks. That's my speech on, Sword of Truth and Justice. T&J. Mythic number 2. We actually got a sword. We didn't get that. So far, a Mox and a sword. We didn't get that in box 1. It's a nice little change of pace, everybody. It's kind of nice to see. And the call coming in. And again, some of the cards, even after being reprinted, Force and Negation, some of these swords and some of these mythics, I mean, they surprisingly are still holding pretty good value. There's a sliver there. That's kind of the funny thing about when you have a good product and cards that people want, even when it's reprinted, it may drop in price, Engineer. But for the most part, I mean, honestly, the expected value of even this product, like you could buy this box right now for maybe like $280 with taxes and shipping. A foil, look at this pack, a foil mythic. This was a big thing back then. Foil mythic, foil still mattered at this time. Foil mythic, and the card that I'm not really sure what's going on with at this point in time. Isn't that amazing? I remember back in the day, a foil mythic was such a big deal. Hey, the Fury Pizza, second rare land. Once again, that was another good thing about Modern Horizons. The variety of value. The land cycle. The mythics. The actual rares that are not lands. I guess Windows Vista is still a land, but the specialty lands like Windows Vista and Force of Negation, Force of Despair. I mean, there's just so many. There's the value in the set is very well spread apart and diversified. So you can actually, even if you're missing or you don't get good mythics or something, the odds of you're still going to get, there's a certain amount of value in every one of these boxes because of the land cycle, the rares themselves, the mythics. There's so many chances to hit things of value. We don't see that in 2023 products. Like a lot of these sets are, hey, Ranger Captain of Mr. E, and Rudy is the little hawk on the shoulder. Very cool. So 4 mythics already, and we are about to approach halfway through this box. And that's pretty strong. We're still missing, Ren and Stimpy? Golly, Ren and Stimpy's, this was the first set. God, that was such a big deal a long time ago, folks. Dude, oh my God. People were losing their mind with that card. And even after being reprinted, well, that was Double Masters reprint, actually, I think. Even after being reprinted, the value of it, sure, it drops, but people still want it, and it's still a thing. It still sells pretty regularly. The old Mons Goblin Raiders in 2022. Actually, what year was this? What year was this? What's the bottom of the card say? 2019? Holy crap. Cabal Fish. So this was way before everything went crazy on the variants. Oh my God. I didn't realize this was 2019. I guess that makes sense. I didn't think it through. Holy smokes. This was a 2019 Besieged. This was a 2019 set? Wow. That's nuts, man. God, That's 2023. That makes this set going on 4 years old. Yagima, the Thrawn Physician. Beautiful black-red, gorgeous artwork on that card. Mythic number 5. Again, even these cards been reprinted. You know, the Modern Horizons, this is original Modern Horizons, is still a pretty sought-after, good product. Nurturing, the old peach. Very nice. It's rare land number 3. So I think we are at 3 of the rare lands in box 1 and in box 2. Reap the Pass. So that's, again, pretty consistent, like we always talk about. The value and consistency on these things is pretty stable, you know. And we got Tectonic Reformation and the Crepey guy, and that's it. So, well, we're getting ready to wrap this video up here. Overall, Richard, thanks for being a very kind patron. I hope you guys enjoyed this little throwback video, Winds of Abandon. This video went exactly what I expected. Overall, not crazy good, not crazy bad, but just consistent value in these boxes. Seasoned Pyro. Again, reprinted, borderless versions, foils, etched, textured for her pleasure version. But that is, you know, it's still a good original card, you know. And that puts us, ladies and gentlemen, at 6 mythics, including 1 foil mythic. And again, this was still when foil mythics were a big deal. Or a foil version on Thin Ice was a very, by the way, again, Soul Herder, great uncommon. You know, it's just, I guess I didn't realize how far we've come from a 2019 set like Modern Horizons 1. Force of Vigor. I think this is expensive now. At least it was trending up for a while. God, but you know, really, boy, what a difference in the box opening. My goodness. Genesis. That was a card that was a thing for a hot minute there. So overall, to sum up the most common question asked, Rudy, hey, look at that, waterlogged. Wow, 4 lands in this box opening. Yes, folks, I still think, you know, even with the reprints and craziness, original products like Modern Horizons 1 and things like this are still special products in Skelemental. That is my closing comment to you all. Even though they reprint the Pyromancers, the Rens and Stimpies, and all these things are reprinted, and the Yawgmoths and the versions and the... Yeah, it's still a good product. And a sealed box of this is still going to be desirable in the future. I don't know what people are going to pay for it, but at the end of the day, this is still a very unique product. And this was pre-2020. And, you know, 250 to 300, I guess maybe like 275, 280 with taxes and shipping online or TCG Player. I mean, to me, that's pretty much a normal price. I think just under $300 a box is kind of where it should be kind of thing, you know? So that's all I have, folks. As always, Richard, thanks for being a very kind patron. Mr. Magic to Millions, good luck on your YouTube channel and everything. And enjoy all the cards heading your way. Now, this is the second and final video for you. And other than that, folks, have a beautiful day out there. And I'm still positive Penelope in 2023. I'm going to push forward. Hope you guys join me and stay with me. Have a great day.